Good day and welcome to another weekly edition of the Daily Comet Homer Courier's Prep Previews. I'm staff writer Teddy Renoise along with Kelly McElroy. We got a full slate of games this weekend again, but more importantly, Kelly, we got the start of District 8-5A play this week with 3 games on tap. Obviously, it's always important to start District 1-0, but you never know how these are going to turn out because you got one of the big ones this week when you look at that district in Thibodaux at Terrebonne. By the way, we are filming here today at Thibodaux High School. You see the stadium in the background and the Tigers are right over there practicing.
Should be exciting, I tell you. I mean, you know, in the back of their minds, both of them are thinking, wow, we get a big test opening the district season, and Terrebonne hadn't beat Thibodaux since 2002. It's been a while since Terrebonne's got a victory. You know they're going to want one on Friday night at Tom B. Smith Stadium in Houma. But you know, looking at these teams, kind of similar this season. You might have to give Thibodaux advantage a little bit on the offensive defensive lines, but that, you know, Coach Hill said, look, we can't worry about the size, we can't worry about the newspaper clippings. We got to just come out there and play tough. I think that's what you'll see. You'll see a tough, hard-fought, spirited game on Friday night at Houma.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a couple of questions here to answer. Thibodaux, did that tough non-district schedule, did that prepare them or take a lot out of them? We're going to find out Friday night. And for Terrebonne's side, you know, they've been able to put a lot of points up offensively, but you had Ellendale on that schedule. You had a not too good of a John McDonough team on that schedule. Is that offense that good? You know, are they that productive? We're going to find out Friday night.
Right, that's the question. I mean, can this kind of Terrebonne's time to kind of step up and do it against that top level competition? And Thibodaux is probably looking at this as a fresh start. You know, a couple tough losses to some of the perennial powers in the state in Destrehan and Dutchtown. And I think they're looking at this as a chance to just restart things and start kind of from fresh. So
2 more games in the district, a game that I'm going to be covering. 2 surprising teams right now with 2-1 records in HL Bourgeois and Assumption. You know, both teams have kind of rediscovered their running game with Bourgeois and Assumption. Assumption has been able to throw the ball a little bit with Theron Esther, and both have played decent defensively. These teams are going to be one of them's going to be 1-0. And I think both of them combined for 5 wins last year, so it's going to be a big game.
And I know the other one is we got Central Lafourche and South Terrebonne in 8-5, right?
Yeah, you know, South Terrebonne has been doing it with defense. You know, their offense has kind of been slow to come around, but their defense has really been steady for them this year. And Central, on the other hand, replacing a lot of seniors. Their offenses looked like it was going to progress, but now it's kind of hit a little wall. It's still not no time to panic yet, but they haven't been able to get off to good starts in district the last couple of years. You know, Kelly, looking at the small schools, I had the Patterson St. James preview this week. You know, Coach Gailey and I talked. You know, his team has really progressed, but however, they haven't won a game yet. You know, he's very young up front. He understands Patterson's probably presents a better matchup for him, but he still knows Kenny Hilliard's in that backfield, and stopping Kenny Hilliard only solves maybe one problem. Patterson has enough skill people that if you take away one thing, they can attack you with another thing.
Going forward, I guess South Lafourche at Vanderbilt Catholic. Just another big game. Vanderbilt's starting to kind of play well, and South Lafourche is a team who came off a great season last year, but hadn't really able to get wins this season. I mean, they played some tough teams, and they played well at times, but it hadn't reflected in their record this year.
Yeah, I don't think the Torbans have been manhandled this year. I just think they're a little inexperienced at key spots. Vanderbilt's really a good football team this year. You could argue the point that Vanderbilt may be one of the, if not the best, but one of the better teams in our area. And looking at, you got East Ascension at Ellendale. You know, Ellendale's not starting district yet. I know it's been a rough season for the Patriots. You know a little bit about them, but East Ascension might compete with them.
Yeah, that's a game that Ellendale, you know, thinks that they can maybe do something and just continue to improve and get better until district gets here.
And then also you got Edie White going all the way to North Vermilion, which is in the Lafayette area. Edie White finally getting a win this season after 2 rough weeks, getting South Lafourche. Hopefully that'll give them some momentum to get that program going. You know, this is a team that went to the semifinals last year, and their expectations were greater this year, but that 0-2 start left them wondering. But you know, the way they had to come back against South Lafourche, hopefully that give them some momentum, and maybe the Cardinals can finally get on a roll. We do have a Thursday night game, Covenant Christian Academy at Harvest Time. You know, Covenant Christian, you know, it's kind of hard to judge how good they are. Some of the competition they're playing is not the best. They've been able to score a lot of points, and I guess that's been the mantra so far for them this year.
That's it.
All right, well, hey, that's the games for this week. I want to thank you all for joining us. I'm Teddy Renoise. This is Kelly McElroy. This is another edition of the Comet Courier Weekly Prep Previews, and hope to see you soon at a Friday night at a stadium somewhere nearby.